Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Kedington news update for March. Later events coming up in April, but first what Kedington got up to this month. I sometimes worry that I'm being a little overcautious when I say things like weather permitting, but I think it's safe to say that the weather at the beginning of March really, although very pretty, wasn't in the mood for permitting very much at all. Thus, the village spring clean was called off, as any rubbish was well hidden below the snow. But this didn't stop the Kedington players from having their read-through for their junior production. In fact, they did it twice, in case anyone couldn't make it the first time, and the auditions as well. I hear there's been a really good response in terms of numbers, so expect a large cast when they bring the results of their labour to the stage during Meadowlark Week. The more details of that, and indeed all of Meadowlark, nearer the time. The dinner lecture on military air crashes around Kedington was by all accounts a huge success, with all those who went saying that it was an interesting and enjoyable evening, not only delving into the crashes themselves, but those involved in them. There was also good news for the notable number of people who couldn't get tickets to this sellout event, in that they will be doing it again later in the year. So keep your eyes on this channel for news of that. Kedington Film Club brought their 2017-18 season to a close with the comedy The Time of Their Lives, starring Joan Collins and Pauline Collins. No relation. It's really nice to have films shown in the village, especially ones that you may not see in mainstream venues at the time they came out. For members or those thinking of joining, they are keen to have suggestions for films for the next season, coming this autumn. So if you've got any ideas, let them know. And of course, we'll have details of that season as it draws near. That brings us up to the present. So, with the end of the month approaching, what have we got to look forward to? As I mentioned last episode, we will be having a work party down on the meadow, doing what they can to repair and improve the place and plant a few trees. And they will be welcoming volunteers. That will be on Wednesday the 28th of March, and we'll be starting from around 9:30 if you happen to be available. April begins in the middle of Easter weekend. The big Easter egg hunt around the Great Meadow will be on Good Friday. That falls on March the 30th this year. Tickets go on sale from around 12:30, and the search for chocolatey goodness makes a sprinting start at around 2 p.m. There's another Easter egg hunt on Easter Sunday, that's April the 1st, in the back garden of the Barnardiston Arms. This one will be a strictly under 10s event. It will be £2 per child, with a variety of eggs to be found around the garden. Doors open at 2:30 p.m. for that one. The Barnardiston Arms brings us another great music gig on Friday, April the 6th, as Steve Boyce returns to the back bar, sounding something like... Steve is one of a couple of artists who get bigger audiences every time he turns up at the Arms, and I do seriously recommend the gig for a night out. So forget the telly. It's probably got a watch again or a record function anyway. This is live music we're talking about, and good company to boot. Entry is free, and the music normally starts a little after 8 p.m. The following weekend, that's Saturday the 14th, the Air Memorial Group will be having a pub quiz at the Barnardiston Arms. For further details of that, keep an eye out for posters or postings in all the normal places. On Saturday the 21st, following the success of their German evening in 2017, the Haverhill and District Twin Towns Association will be holding a French evening at Kedington Community Centre. The evening will feature a meal based on French cuisine, cooked by a Savoy-trained chef. It's always handy to have one of those in your group. That will be followed by dancing to the music of the band Rinaldi Express. Being a food-based event, it will be necessary to book in advance. For details of who to contact for tickets, keep an eye on the posters and postings in the normal places. And, well, that is it for April. Heads up, though, for September. I normally tell you in the edition at the end of August about the Kedington Horticultural Show up at Kedington Church. But apparently a really large mower takes a little longer than that to properly flourish. So, the spring is finally upon us, and I'm giving you fair warning that the list of categories can be found right now near the back of the Ketton Review. And that's it for this episode. Next episode will be out sometime near the end of the month with footage of everything you've got up to during April and listings of events coming up in May, which will of course include the first sniffs of Meadowlark. If you want to catch that, why not subscribe to this very YouTube channel. There will very likely be a little circular picture of me on fire appearing somewhere on this screen very shortly. If you click on that, it will take you through to where you can subscribe. Alternatively, you could go to www.kedingtonnews.co.uk. All new videos appear there as soon as they appear anywhere. And there's also a link to my Facebook page. Friend me there. And I always mention when new videos go up. Apart from that, let your friends know about all the great things going on in Kedington by liking and sharing this video. And I will leave you with a little bit more of what you can expect at the Barnardiston Arms on April the 6th. Cheerio!
Valentino's got a bookie shop. What he needs he takes from what he's got. And what he's got he says he has not stole from anyone. It's not that he don't tell the truth, or even that he misspends you. It's just he holds the proof that you know something's wrong. With him for an alibi, when you want to catch your eye. With him for an alibi, when I say I told you. Valentino's in a cold sweat, placed all his money on that last bet. Takes all the odds, he smokes another cigarette, helps him to forget that he's another threat. It's not believe this is much, or even that he lost his love and touch. It's just he gambles so much, that you know something's wrong. With him for an alibi, you wanna catch your eye. With him for an alibi, when I said I told you, I told you.